Of course, Israel has made some terrible mistakes in Gaza, and the recent killing of aid workers is the latest example. But this is the kind of thing that happens in every war. There are always friendly fire incidents where the good guys wind up killing their own soldiers, to say nothing of innocent non-combatants. Every conflict the U.S. has been in has produced horrors of this kind. We bombed weddings and funerals in Iraq and Afghanistan. Remember Pat Tillman? We killed our own celebrity football player. Killing anyone but the bad guys amounts to an act of spectacular self-harm, especially for Israel, which is held up to greater scrutiny and to higher standards than any other nation, and under conditions that are objectively more challenging than any other nation has ever faced. Now, hopefully, Israel is busy learning whatever lessons it can learn to make fewer tragic mistakes. But none of its mistakes, however terrible, suggest that Israel is on the wrong side of this conflict, or that they should stop fighting before destroying Hamas. They are fighting an urban war against a terrorist regime that is doing everything within its power to maximize the loss of civilian life on its own side. Okay, the lengths to which Hamas has gone to ensure civilian casualties is unprecedented. Again, on its own side. Linger over this detail for a second. This gets my vote for the most perverse behavior in human history. No one else does this. Using your own people as human shields, relying on the fact that your enemy will care more about the lives of your own children than you do? How is it that so many people in the media and on podcasts, to say nothing of the activists and the college students and the TikTok zombies, can't see the asymmetry here? It is everything, and everything we care about only exists on one side of this divide. It really is safe to say that no army has ever faced the challenge that Israel is confronting in Gaza. Hundreds of miles of tunnels under hospitals and schools and mosques and homes, built to shelter jihadists, not innocent men, women, and children. The innocent men, women, and children are meant to stay in place as human shields to protect the tunnels. This is totally diabolical and totally new. And there's good reason to believe that the IDF has done a better job in waging this war ethically than we have done in any of our past engagements that didn't present nearly the same challenges. At some point, I'll have a military expert on the podcast who can discuss these claims in detail. And as I say in today's conversation, I don't think the war will end here. I don't see how Israel can stop before they destroy Hezbollah in Lebanon. In fact, I don't see how this war stops until they or we topple the current regime in Iran. Israel just assassinated some Iranian commanders in Damascus, and now the world is waiting for Iran's response. Even if Iran doesn't respond, or responds in a way that's calibrated not to escalate things, after October 7th, I don't see how Israel can live with the current regime just whittling away on a nuclear weapon. It is the very definition of an existential threat. In any case, none of what I just said entails support for Netanyahu or any hard-right government in Israel, much less for the building of settlements in the West Bank. It's absolutely clear that Israel needs to sideline its own religious fanatics, and I've been saying as much for 20 years. But to equate the fanatics of Israel with Hamas is to once again fail to understand the problem of jihadism. We have to have some sense of proportion.